I have here a Monroe 7130 calculator. I have 3 of these, and I'm going to describe 2 common problems with them. The first problem is the tear bar here. If you advance the paper and tear that off, you get a pretty poor tear. The second problem, if I pop this cover off, is paper holder. The paper is just sort of flopping around in there. I'm going to describe what you can do about each of these. Okay, here is the tear bar. I put a little piece of tape behind it to help it focus. If you look closely, you'll see on the edges, on the sides here, the little serrations come up real high. And in the middle there, they're basically worn down. It's a real testament to the Monroe calculators that these things can take so much use and keep going. These were made in the early 2000s. Imagine how many tears you'd have to do to wear this thing down. You could try replacing the tear bar. They come out, there's little tabs here, but it's a pain. What you can do instead is just order up a new one. Monroe makes replacement tops for these calculators. They just pop right back on, like that. This is the heavy-duty calculator top. When you order it, specify the color and also specify which model you're putting it on. The newer models are a slightly different size, and so the covers for the newer models won't fit, but they've got covers for the older ones. You get these from monroe-systems.com. It's a great company to work with. I have the back of the calculator open now, and the problem, you see, is this paper roll is just sort of flopping around. You can't quite see it, but it's sitting on the bottom, basically, of the case there. And so when you feed the paper, it's pulling it up, it's wobbling around, the paper might misfeed. It's really sort of a mess. Fixing that is real simple. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer. The problem is, on this one, is this paper retaining clip. Okay, I've removed the paper roll and zoomed in, way in, on the clip itself. We're looking at the bottom of the clip here. There's a small tab right there. And what I'm going to do is, if you can see that, I'm going to lift the tab and pull this retainer towards the center. Pardon my fingers if they're in the way. Be careful when you're doing this because you don't want to break it. There we go. It's moving slightly. I'm going to move it out. It's going to click into a second position. Right there. All right, that's the fix. There are 2 little positions for those tabs, and you just have to get the paper, the tab, into the ones that are on the center. The hardest part is finding a tool to get in there to lift that little tab. Do it carefully. You can use a small pry bar. I've got ones like this. That works reasonably well. The thing that I used is a piece of metal that showed up in our driveway for some reason. I have no idea why or how it got there. Getting into the second one, the one over here, is a whole lot harder, but you can do it. You'll figure it out. All right, with that done, we can take the paper roll, pop it back in. It's a little tight. Push those retainers off to the side, and now it's in there nice. It's rolling, so it's held up off the ground, off the bottom. And we can take the paper, feed it back in. There it goes. And we're all set. Okay, we can put the new holder back on. That's the paper. Tear that off. Nice clean tear. The paper's nice and happy. Thanks for watching.